Hello world, welcome back to Razor RC. Want to shoot a video today explaining how to rebuild the shocks off your Arrma 4x4 3S BLX series. So this would be the Granite 4x4 BLX, the Typhon 3S 4x4 BLX, or the Sentin Big Rock Crew Cab, all those shocks. So basically I'm going to go through a full disassembly and a rebuild of my shocks. I found one of my shocks was leaking. So hopefully this will be interesting to you. Some of the stuff I'm using a O-ring rebuild kit, some 550 CST shock oil, which is pretty close to Team Associated 42.5, which is actually 538, so slightly lighter. A little flathead screwdriver, some Team Associated green slime is helpful, part number 1105, just to lubricate the O-rings a little bit. A 5mm nut, some shock pliers help, as well as a 2mm hex driver and an O-ring. You don't need all this stuff. I mean, really the only thing you need is the O-rings, the shock oil, and then the 5mm nut. But the other tools can help you make life a little bit easier. So here I've got the shock. It's all dirty, so first thing you want to do is remove this red plastic O-ring cap. Easiest way to do that is to basically stick a hex driver through the top of the shock, just so you can get that loosened a little bit, and then you can go ahead and pull that off directly the rest of the way. So remove that, remove the little shock collar and then the spring itself, and the first thing I like to do is clean all that up. Okay, I got the parts all nice and clean, and you want to do that before you disassemble your shock, just so you're not getting any dirt inside the shock body and making the insides all fouled up. So as you can see from the actual shock, there's no shock cap. It's just one nice long plastic piece. Really the only part that disassembles is from the bottom. Kind of an ingenious thing from Arrma in my opinion. And then the next thing you want to do is basically use the bottom end cap to unscrew it. So this has kind of got a neat little feature. It's basically got these little nibbles sticking out that mates into the bottom of this shock shaft. So you basically use the end cap to unscrew it. So you just slide it down all the way, and then it'll engage, and you just start untwisting it, basically removing it and turning and turning and turning. Pretty cool little invention here. Neat little design. I do think this is pretty cool how Arrma did this. But yeah, you just unscrew it all the way, and then now you can pull out the actual piston. And so that's what it looks like inside. As you can see, my my shock fluid's a little low, a little dirty, so let's go ahead and dump that out. Okay, we got the shock oil dumped out, and now it's time to disassemble the actual piston and bottom end cap together. So what you want to do is grab your little 5mm nut remover and screw the nut on top. Get that little nut off. Set that aside. And here's the actual piston. It's actually a 2x1.25mm piston holes, in case you're interested in knowing more about that. But yeah, that's the stock size. And then you can go ahead and remove the actual end cap. So the end cap has a little bit of a plastic cap on top. It's useful to use a little screwdriver. You could probably use your thumbnail, etc., but find it a little bit easier to just pop it off like that. Here's what it actually looks like. There's a little end cap. So you pry that off, and then you've got the actual O-ring here. You can pull that out. And then there's also another, ooh, I'm bleeding here. There's also another little cartridge inside. So it basically is a stack of a O-ring, a little cartridge, and then another O-ring. So those two pieces there. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and put in a new set. So the new O-rings are right here that I'm going to use. And what I like to do is use a little bit of green slime on those. That basically just helps lubricate the O-rings a little bit. I think this is actually fork seal grease for like off-road motorcycles and stuff, but Associate just repackages them for as O-ring grease, basically green slime. So stick the new O-ring in there, stick in the cartridge again, and then one last O-ring on top. And then you can go ahead and pop the cap back on. There you go. So that's the actual cartridge and the two O-rings inside. And then there's one O-ring also on the actual end cap itself. You can go ahead and pull that off and replace it. I keep poking myself with this little O-ring pick. Sorry, there's a little more blood and guts in this video than I expected. But yeah, stick that O-ring, slide that down all the way. A little bit hard to get on. And kind of roll it if you want. And eventually it'll get all the way down to the bottom. So there you go, that's a completed bottom end cap. Good idea to clean that off. And yeah, that's pretty much all the seals that are inside. So then you want to slide that back on. Make sure you obviously have the bottom going down. Not a bad idea to kind of twist it a little bit, just so you're not cutting into those O-rings too much. Okay, forgot to put the piston back on. So with the piston, make sure the metal washer is on the bottom. Slide that on. Put the actual nut on itself. Assembly is the reverse of disassembly. And sometimes it's helpful to have a set of shock shaft pliers. I didn't need them this time, but this helps you basically hold the shock shaft while you're tightening the nut without it slipping and without marring the finish on the shock shaft. But this one I was able to just grab with my fingers and go in there. So now we're going to go ahead and rebuild, refill the shock. So I'm using, you can either use 550 CST, or I'm going to use basically Team Associate 42.5 weight oil, which is very close, slightly lighter. And yeah, I basically just refill it all the way up to where the threads start inside of the shock itself. You can see it's kind of maybe slightly overfilled there, but good enough. So now we're going to go ahead and re-pop in the shock shaft. So you basically just want to slide that down. I like to kind of turn it as I'm sliding it down, just to make sure I'm getting air from underneath out of it, and basically coming up to the top. And then you basically just screw this thing on, and it's pretty cool because it's basically self-bleeding. You just hold that on, and some shock oil will come out, and that's normal because it's bleeding all the excess air and shock oil out as you're refilling it. Make sure you do it straight up and down. Go all the way until it stops. And yeah, that's pretty much it there. So you got it all refilled. Fresh O-rings, fresh oil, a little bit of blood mixed in there. Clean that off, and then you just put the rest of the parts on. So make sure the little plastic cap is on the top. Put the spring on, put the spacer, make sure the Arrma logo is facing up, and then screw on the end cap here. If I can get to thread on, there we go. If it gets a little difficult, you can stick your hex driver to get those last few threads on there, just to tighten it. Yeah, there you go. So all done. That's how you rebuild an Arrma shock for the 4x4 BLX 3S series. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe to my channel as always, and look for more videos soon.